There is one thing most men do when fingering a woman that kills her chances of orgasm. So today I want to tell you how to and how not to finger a woman. Maybe you think you're already a pro or you feel lost. In any case, this video is for you because there is so much you can do with your fingers that you can't do with your penis or a vibrator. And if you know how to use your fingers the right way, you can give her immense pleasure. Unfortunately, many men make this one big mistake and they fail to fully use the potential of their fingers. Instead, they try to imitate the movement of their penis, turning fingering into a less satisfying version of an intercourse. So, think of this video as your fingering 101 so you can become a true fingering god. My name is Magda Kay, I'm your sex and relationship coach, and I post a new video here every Thursday to help you improve your intimate life. So, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. So, let me tell you exactly how women want to be fingered, what we crave, and what gives us the most pleasure. I'm going to share with you 5 steps to giving her an unforgettable experience all the way to her orgasm. Okay, so, why so many men get fingering wrong? Well, it's the fact that most men jump into step 3, totally missing step 1 and 2. Most men end up putting their fingers inside her way too early and then intensely finger blast her, which does not feel good. And not only does it not feel good, it actually makes her sec contract. So if you enter her after and have penetrative sex, she will struggle to orgasm or won't be able to orgasm at all. So make sure you do step 1 and step 2 first. Now, before we even get to step 1, there's something that we have to discuss first. And it is, please wash your hands and cut your nails. And when I say cut, I mean use a file too, because those sharp edges are painful and can even cut the tissue inside her. So after this is done, now we can move to step 1. Something you know of, but still most men just rush through it. And it's to warm her up. Okay, let me give you a not so sexy but very clear metaphor as to what a warm-up is and why you need it. Say you want to bake bread. So you get the flour and all other ingredients, and first you make the dough. Now, how much bread can you bake? Only as much as you have the dough. If you didn't get enough dough, you won't get enough bread. And once you're baking it, you can make more dough because it's already in the process. So how much dough you prepare literally defines how much bread you'll get. So this is what a warm-up is for women. Warm-up activates her energy. And the more energy she has to start with, the more energy she will have for an orgasm. So the more you warm her up, the bigger and better the orgasm. But if you activate only a little energy, then she will only have a little orgasm. And once you move to step 2, 3, and 4, you're already baking the bread, so it's too late. This is why the warm-up is so important. It determines how pleasurable the whole experience will be for her. And this is true for all sexual play, not just fingering, but also oral and penetration. So now, how do you actually warm her up? So the warm-up is about the build-up and anticipation. This is not about kissing her kisses or squeezing her breasts. That's step 2. Step 1 is about getting her excited for what's to come. And this is the part that most men overlook, and they go straight for the genitals thinking that this is what warm-up is. Instead, this is about telling her things. How much you love her, how beautiful and sexy she is, how much you desire her, how much you want to pawn her. When you do that, her mind starts filling in the blanks. She starts getting excited with anticipation of what's to come. Like literally, her brain is doing the work for you. Look, this is female porn. Read any erotic or romantic novel and you'll see it's all about anticipation because for us, this is the best part. So now after you warm up her mind, we can move to step 2 and it's to warm up her body, but not the genitals. Not just yet. Again, men rush it. Now look, I get it. You're excited and it's what you would like. But women are different and what works for you doesn't necessarily work for us. So here's the rule for how you warm her body up. You start on the outside, making your way in. That means you touch and kiss her hands, her shoulders, her feet, her head, her face, then her belly, her inner thighs, and only then you go for breasts. And the very last part of her body is her looks. This literally heats her up so much she will be begging you to slide your fingers in. She will start breathing more heavily, her hips will move, and she may even grab your hand and literally tell you to enter her. I mean, like she will beg you. How sexy is that? but it only happens when you do step 1 and 2. So here is where you tease her. You touch her all over her body and gently brush over her. Maybe touch it, but just for a few seconds, and then you move up again. Anticipation and build up. Extend this phase even when she's begging. Okay, we're still building the dough here. Trust me, that build up is what makes a man a great lover. Then step number 3, and it's to enter her. But before you slide your finger in, you want to give her vulva some extra attention. This is the principle you already know. Start on the outside and build anticipation. So you touch her. You can also lick her and go down on her a bit, circle around the clitoris. This is very sensitive. Now, you don't need to go directly on the endure, and you for sure don't need to lift the hood to do it. In fact, it gets too sensitive and doesn't actually feel pleasurable anymore, but that bit around. Yes, please. So literally circle or press next to the clitoris. This feels yummy. Then tease the entry with your finger. This also allows you to check if she is wet and ready to be entered. So you place your finger at the entry and see if it's sliding in on its own, meaning it's wet and slippery. And her muscles are trying to pull you in. Only then you enter and first start with one finger. Now step number 4, moving inside her. So you're inside her. What do you do now? Okay, first here is what you don't do. You don't start blasting your finger in and out. Remember, with women, it is all about building up and increasing the intensity gradually. What's nice is to enter her and then stay like this while using your palm to press against her vulva. So this way you're pressing on the mean ends and the entry to the vagina and her perineum, all very sensitive and pleasant spots. When you do that, she will likely start moving her hips. It's almost like she's using your finger as a dildo and she's grinding around it. This can actually feel super pleasant for a woman, and it's literally her begging me. That pressing is often underestimated by men, and honestly, it feels very nice. Okay. So next you start moving your finger in circle, okay, just sort of checking, the whole area out, helping her relax the muscles and also activate the nerve endings inside her sakyer. Then you can start moving your finger in and out, so you slide it in and out, but slowly you're still teasing. Now, if she is relaxed and open, you can slide 2 fingers in, but don't go for 3 right away. Even with 2, only do it when you know you really feel that there is room. So here's something you can do. Remember, you want your fingers wet. It does not feel nice entering her when it's too dry. So chances are that the second finger isn't wet. So here's what you can do. Take your one finger out of her and then you bring both fingers into your mouth. You put them in, you lick them while looking at her. This is so extremely hot and it builds so much anticipation because she knows you're about to put them inside her. Hot, hot, hot. Now, when you're inside her with your fingers, you can explore inside her vagina in ways that your penis simply can't. Think of your hands. As apes, we have these hands to do everything. They are among the most flexible and useful of all the animals. So you go up and down on her upper wall, adding pressure on the belly side. This is very pleasant. This is where her G-spot is. Now, something you may not know about is that there are 4 other spots inside her, and they can all give her an orgasm. In fact, many men think that stimulating the G-spot makes women squirt, but it's actually another point. And then there is another one that gives her the deepest orgasms ever. And the cool thing about fingering is that you can access and stimulate each of these spots. It's actually pretty hard to hit each of them directly with your penis, but with your fingers, you can explore all these pleasure spots inside her. If you want to learn these spots, where they are, and how to stimulate them to give her all these different orgasms, I teach it all in depth in my course, Female Sexuality Decoded. I left the link under this video for you to learn more. So now, when you're inside her, you don't want to be just doing the straight motion in and out. This is what you do with a penis. And guess what? Your penis is great at it. So leave it to him. Fingers are smaller. They can bend. So use that. Explore the walls closer to the entry and deeper. You may even be able to touch her cervix. Now, this depends on the length of her vagina and where she is in her cycle as the cervix moves throughout the month. Now, you really don't need to change things too much. Consistency is what makes her build up intensity and pleasure. So don't worry about what to do next. Just keep doing what you have been doing and watch for her body signals. Next, step number 5, the climax. So when you see she is getting more and more into it and her breath changes, becomes heavier, this is when you can increase intensity and you can go for the climax. Since you're using your fingers, you can make her squared or give her a cervical orgasm. Yes, women have cervical orgasms. Again, you'll find exactly how to do it in my course in the description below. But the easiest way to make her climax is to continue rubbing her upper wall where the G-spot is, but now adding more pressure and intensity. You can also use your thumb to stimulate her clitoris as you do it. So you go inside her the fingers and you use the thumb for the clitoris. Now, some women really need their clitoris stimulated to come even when you're inside them, but for some this may not be needed. And maybe for you it would be hard to focus on what you do with your fingers inside her while you also try to touch her clitoris. Women are different, and it's good to check in with her if she needs her clitoris touched. So now here is when you bring it all in. You can go harder and faster, but don't increase the tempo too fast. Remember a gradual increase, because maybe you were doing everything right and then you just suddenly started going too fast and she lost it. So now you're watching for her intensity to build up. And either she can have an orgasm or she may not necessarily come, but she will still have her peak. And after, you will see her energy dropping down, she's relaxing longer breaths. When that happens, you know she reached her peak and now she's coming back. And this is when you want to slow down as well. Okay, so I said 5 steps for you. I actually have one extra bonus one. After her orgasm or her peak, you want to go back to slow moves in and out inside her. So you don't take your fingers out, you keep them in, gently stimulating her. But now you're not trying to arouse her anymore. You're actually cooling her down, because just like women need a warm-up, we need a cool down. So you stay like this for a bit, and then you can stop moving while keeping your fingers in. All in all, this phase can last quite a few minutes. And only when she is fully relaxed and doesn't move, meaning her body is in that bliss state, this is when you can slide your fingers out again. Super sexy. If you lick them while looking at her after you take them out, and then embrace her and hold her. And even if you still want to penetrate her with your sa after, give her some time to rest and enjoy the after effects before you start building up again. So this is how you finger a woman the right way. But now, what if she didn't orgasm? This doesn't mean that you didn't please her or that you failed. See, many women struggle to orgasm in general. There are so many things that impact it for us. You know, the things that happen that day or the things she has to do. Also, women orgasm from different types of stimulation. And just because she didn't orgasm from fingering, it does not mean, I repeat, does not mean that she didn't enjoy it. In fact, if you take her orgasm as proof of your good job and then feel disappointed when she doesn't come, guess what? You can actually turn this whole experience sour for her, because here she was enjoying herself, but now she feels like she failed you and the whole experience just becomes a massive failure for her. So please don't obsess about the orgasm. Yes, it's great when she comes and you can talk about it later, like how did it feel? Did you need something else that I didn't do? How can we make it even better for you? But don't ever put pressure on her to orgasm, because this is guaranteed to ruin her experience. And this right here, this entire approach to how you build her up, touch her, and hold space for her is what separates average lovers from unforgettable ones. And I have even more tips for you on how to truly please her in the bedroom. If you want to master all the techniques that give her this level of pleasure and learn the secrets about female sexuality that make you irreplaceable, like all of those spots inside her, then click the link in the description.